Hello and welcome to Computology Academy, and today we are going to discuss about the National Family Health Survey 5th round that was conducted between 2019 and 21. And why this is important? Because the census was due in 2021 but it was not conducted because of corona pandemic. So to know about different demographic attributes which have changed in last 5 years, like the National Family Health Survey fourth round was conducted in 2015-16 year, and here it will provide different attributes which have changed in 5 years. So it is not the exact measure because the census has the wide coverage and it is just a simple survey type of thing. So just it will provide a pointer but not the exact figure, but we will see how it is important. So here the National Family Health Survey 5th round conducted in India, it is a large scale multiple round survey. Here multiple rounds of survey had been conducted, and here around 6.1 lakh household has been covered in around 707 districts, and here it is conducted in the representative sample of the households, like we have discussed, 6.1 lakh households in 707 districts. So it will provide a better idea about what kind of attributes have changed in the demographic condition of India. And here it is a collaborative project of International Institute of Population Sciences that is based in Mumbai, and the IIPS, International Institute of Population Sciences, has been designated as the nodal agency, the nodal point for conducting this NFHS survey in India, and it collaborates with United Nations as well as various other organizations throughout the world, like organizations based in United States, Honolulu, etc. And here the IIPS collaborate with number of field organizations within India also to conduct this survey. In India, various organizations collaborate with IIPS and they provide the data, they help out IIPS to conduct the survey, collect the data, thereafter analyze the data and to conclude what about the attributes that has been changed within the period of 5 years. And here this 5th edition, what are the outcomes, what are the findings of this 5th edition of survey? Here we will come to know that the signs of demographic shifts are visible in India, and what kind of signs that are visible that has been changing in India and that are about to change in India, that we will see here. Here the proportion of the women exceeded the men, and this is for the first time we have seen this. Earlier in the 4th edition it was around 991 women per 1000 men. But here in the 5th edition the findings are that there are 1020 women for 1000 men. So it is a welcome thing, but in the wider perspective we will see that it is not as that much desirable as it should have been if we have seen such kind of thing at the childbirth rate. So here the pointer is that in the future the women, the sex ratio, the number of the women with respect to the men is going to increase and it will be reflected in the future population. However, here only the decadal census will be considered as the official marker because this is a sample survey and the exact thing cannot be ascertained from the sample survey. The exact picture can be ascertained only through the census data. Census survey is one-on-one survey. Each and every person who is living within the geographical boundary of India will be counted and his attributes will be ascertained, and accordingly we will conclude some kind of result and some kind of outcome. So here, as we have discussed, 6.1 lakh household has been covered in the sample survey in 707 districts. So as we have seen, the number of women has increased and it is more than the number of men throughout India if we say about collective result. But here if we see district wise, then still there are some states and UTs which are having the number of women less than the number of men, and that too less than 950, and these are the state of Jammu and Kashmir, Punjab, Haryana and NCT of Delhi. While if we see about the states which are having the number of women that is between 950 to 1000 per 1000 men, then here the states are Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh and the UT of Ladakh. And rest of the states or UTs are having the number of women more than the number of men. So here we see that the number of women per 1000 men is more than 1000. So this is a welcome attribute, but this is not the exact picture, because if we see in the concern section, then we find that the sex ratio at birth has increased from 919 to 929. Only 10 pointer increase is there in last 5 years. So here the sex ratio at birth will be reflected in future when they will come at the age of adolescent and mature age. And here again we will find that the life expectancy of the women are more than the men, and because of that the number of women at the older age, at the elder age is more. So this is reflected in the working population also, and this is because which the number of women has increased per 1000 number of men. And here the male child have the better chances of survival at birth rather than the female child, because of not properly taking care of the female child in the childhood age. And this is the reason why we see that 0 to 5 years age group, in this age group what happens, the number of male child is more than the number of female child, and this is the matter of concern which needs to be addressed. However, if we come to the improvement, what kind of improvement is visible in this data, then all the states and the UTs have shown an improvement at the birth rate also, because at the child birth the sex ratio has improved, as well as the overall sex ratio throughout India has improved. Now India is on the way of stabilizing its population. So what does it mean here? If we say about the total fertility rate, then if it is 2.1, then it shows that the next generation population or the coming population will replace the present population, and this is known as the situation when the population is stabilized. So here India is on the way to achieve this, because most of the states have less than 3 TFR, while only some of the states are having, only 6 states are having the TFR above 2. So this is the situation here. And here if we talk about the states, then Bihar, Meghalaya, Manipur, Jharkhand, Uttar Pradesh, these are the 6 states which are having the TFR above 2, while rest of the states are having the total fertility rate less than 2. So India is going to achieve the stabilization of population, which is a welcome thing, because India is already facing the population burden on its resources, and this is the reason why the development of India is dragging, not keeping its pace, not taking its pace, not achieving its pace which should have been there because of the availability of the resources. So here India, if go on to stabilize its population, then Indian development will pick up, and here India will be the most populous country. So according to the projection of United Nations, India's population will peak. India will reach its peak population of 1.6 billion to 1.8 billion. This is a projected amount of population, projected number of population that India will achieve between 2040 and 2050. However, according to the previous experiences, like United Nations had predicted that India would overtake China in the matter of number of population by 2022, but that was not the case. We have not witnessed this. However, it is projected by 2031 that India will have more population than China. So here this may also be not the exact projection, because as we have seen earlier also that it gets delayed, and because of various measures, because of self-conscience of the people and other things, it may be the situation that India's population will not peak up to this mark also, and within this time frame also it may get delayed, as well as the peak population number may be less than this also, or maybe higher than this also. So this may be the situation. And now the exception here, one exception is that, and this state remains exception always, in terms of literacy rate, in terms of sex ratio, in terms of total fertility rate, whatever you say, the Kerala is the one state in the deep south which has remained the exception always in the terms of demographic situation. So here again Kerala is in the exception, because the highest ratio of men to women, like here there are 1121 women are there for per 1000 men in Kerala. This is the highest number, and in the last NFHS survey also Kerala was having more number of women than men, that was 1049 for per 1000 men. But now it is going to decline. That is the projection. Again, if we talk about the total fertility rate, so earlier the total fertility rate in Kerala was less than 2, and that was around 1.6. Now it has increased to 1.8. That will be reflected exactly in the coming census. The census is going to be conducted as soon as possible, as the condition will make it possible, as the condition will permit it. Now, the decline in the child sex ratio has also been witnessed in Kerala. Again, it is a exception. In all the states, it is increasing, while in Kerala, the child sex ratio is decreasing. Earlier, it was higher in Kerala and lesser in all the other states. Now, in Kerala, it has got reversed. And here, the child sex ratio at birth rate has dipped from 1047 to 951. That means that here earlier there were 1047 female child birth per 1000 male child birth. This was the child sex ratio. But now in the 5th edition of NFHS, what has been witnessed, that there were only 951 female child birth per 1000 male child birth. So again it is a exception in Kerala, and that will be reflected in the future population also. So here this is all about the grasp of the NFHS 5th round survey, and we have seen this because this is an important topic from the point of view of any civil services exam or competitive exam, as well as for various papers in the civil services exam. If we talk about the GS paper 1 or GS paper 2 or GS paper 3, in all of them it may be there. Now, last but not the least, Computology IAS Academy has announced the General Studies Foundation course batch for 2023. Here it will be 8-month course that will comprehensively cover the holistic coverage of the prelims comes mains syllabus will be there, and this batch is offline batch, and here you can register for your seat online as well as offline. If you want any discount or any other EMI situation is there, then you may come down to our office and avail the facilities. The batches are going to start on 3rd of January. That will commence at 8 AM sharp in the morning. And this is our website from where you can register, or for further inquiries you may get in touch with us from our landline as well as our WhatsApp number. And for the mail ID and other details, you may go through our description here. And here it's all about the description of the NFHS, National Family Health Survey 5th round. And for further queries and further details and further other informations, you may get in touch with us through Facebook as well as Instagram. This is our Telegram handle. From there also you can get in touch with us. Do subscribe our channel and press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload new videos. Thank you very much and have a nice day.